Are we the friends with the people who actually are the friend of our awliya, or we are the friends of the people who don't practice what our awliya taught us? Therefore, by performing the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah, we pledge we'll continue to follow the path of justice, righteousness, and will reject injustice, speak up against the oppressors of the time. My brother just now, he was talking about Mahatma Gandhi in India. He said, Mahatma Gandhi, he is very sure that Islam did not spread by the sword. It spread by the supreme sacrifice of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. There is no way we can undermine this day or not. Then, again you say, I am the enemy, whoever is his enemy. In the essence, we promise to continue to mold our lives in accordance to the teaching of Imam Hussein. So now, why it is given so much importance for ziyarah of Arbaeen and the observation of Arbaeen morning? Thus we perform this Arbaeen ziyarah and pray in the remembrance of Abu Abdullah so that it brings transformation and we can continue in the way of Abu Abdullah. You know, interestingly, when we look at our communities, irrespective whether you are an Iraqi, Irani, Khoja, Pakistani, Indian, what binds us together? Abu Abdullah. It's unity, right? Now, if you look at our faith, wherever we have gone, we not only build a masajid, we always build a Husainiya together or Imam Barqa. Because that gives us an opportunity, or it gives us that momentum to carry on with what our forefathers did. This journey, when people were walking, people walk from Najaf to Karbala. May Allah grant us that opportunity to go there. When you look at it, this walk of today is like role modeling of what we walked from Najaf to Karbala. My observation, there are so many mawqib today. There was some example of mawqib where we stopped. The mawqib where people have of Abu Abdullah. So having said this, it's very important for you and I to understand how this ziyarah of Abu Abdullah came into being in Karbala. Jabir was the companion of the Prophet. He was blind then when, at that time, he asked Atiyah, I've heard the grandson of the Prophet has been martyred in the plain of Karbala. Please take me there. He goes there. Jabir, he doesn't see, but he feels. He can smell Abu Abdullah. What he does is, he reaches Furat, gets a ghusl, wears a new pair of clothes, puts some little of halud, something to make him feel good, and he goes to Abu Abdullah. And he talks to Abu Abdullah. He tells him how he feels that separation between him and Abu Abdullah. And here he cries. He feels unconscious. And when he wakes up, he says, Labbaika ya Hussein. And he hears from a distance, a qafila is coming from Sham. And he's being told that Ahl Haram are now coming from Sham. And after 7 days of Majlis in Damascus, in Sham, Zainab and her companions, with the leadership of Imam Sajjad, now they come towards Karbala. Zainab tells Sajjad, now we have given freedom. Before we go to Medina, let us go to Karbala. And we find Zainab, when leaving Sham, she finds one lady is missing and asks Zainul Abidin, we are missing one of the lady. He says, I know, where is she? Rabab must be crying for Sakina in the dungeon. And here we go, and Zainul Abidin goes and asks her, Mama, let's go now. It's about time to go. So they go towards Karbala. And Rabab says to Sakina, Khuda Hafiz. Rabab, a lady who has been totally shattered, and she cannot separate from Sakina. So their last journey begin. As they reach Karbala, here we find that Zainab doesn't go anywhere. She goes and does the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah. She cries on the grave of Abu Abdullah. She tells Abu Abdullah, I'm so sorry. I left your amana in Sham. Now she asks Zainul Abidin, can you show me where is the grave of Abbas? So Zainul Abidin takes Zainab and goes towards the grave of Abbas and finds it's very far. And Zainab asks why Abbas has been buried here. He says, oh, my aunt, my mother, on the 13th of Muharram, I came here with the permission of Allah. You know, I was trying to bring Abbas towards my father, but he was in pieces. I couldn't carry him anymore. I had to bury him where he is. Right now, the caravan goes back to Medina. As Bashir announces the caravan has come to Medina. Now Zainab is thinking, how can I meet Hussein's eldest daughter Fatima Kubra? And you find Salma and Banin on both the sides are bringing Fatima Kubra to Zainab. They don't recognize her. They say, who is this lady with gray hair? And they finally find it is Zainab. Zainab is aged for all this time. And Zainab comes and she wants to detail what happened to Fatima Kubra of her father. So she asks, where are these gone children? She's looking for Asghar. She's looking for Sakina. She can't find anybody. And now Zainab goes start consoling her and tells her that, listen, my little girl, we have lost all our children on the way from Sham to here. And here we find now Zainab did not mourn for her children, Auna Muhammad, all this time. She mourned all the time for her brother. As she reaches her home, she waits outside. Her brother, her husband, Abdullah, comes from the masjid and sees somebody gray-haired sitting outside and asks, who are you, Bibi? Zainab looks up to the person and he says, her husband, you did not recognize this is Zainab. This is Zainab. Abdullah comes and takes a wife inside into the house. Now here when Zainab sees the two beds of Auna Muhammad, that is the time she cries. She misses her son, Auna Muhammad, who were martyred in the plains of Karbala. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to hasten the appearance of Imam to bring justice and equity in this world. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept this amal, this azadari, this morning of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Let us pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give long and healthy life to all our ulama, long and healthy life. Let us pray for all our parents, all who are sick, who need our du'as, all Zaire of Abu Abdullah, they may become safe. Let us pray for all those who have lost the young one, the close ones in pandemic in all the ways. May Allah give the sabr. Matame Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Nabi Watan, Hai Hussein, Nabi Kafan, Ya Hussein, Nabi Watan, Hai Hussein, Nabi Kafan, Darya biro diya, samandar biro diya, नाजुक गले को देख के खंजर बिरो दिया या हाय हुसैन नबे कफन यू तेग तान तान के किसको लगाओगे अब दो घड़ी के बाद न में तुम न पाओगे या हुसैन नबे वतन हाय हुसैन नबे कफन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन
Inshallah, in a couple of minutes, we'll have our adhan and Salat al-Maghribin, inshallah, in Jama'ah. Just on behalf of Al-Ghadir, on behalf of Brother Hashmat, on behalf of all the partners here, Azam Allah ujurana wa ujurakum. May Allah bless you. Inshallah, your amals are accepted. And like Sheikh said, inshallah, this is our ziyarat al-Arbaeen. Allah accepts it, whether it's here or there. Alhamdulillah, we're able to meet collectively, brothers and sisters, and walk together hand in hand in all those different languages. Alhamdulillah, jazakumullah. Forgive the organizers, the volunteers for any shortcomings. Our intention is to do the best, and inshallah, we're able to do something. Other than that, I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you and us that we continue this path and there's that change in our hearts. And it's a revolution within the self before anything else at all. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Inshallah, it's at 7:44. Inshallah, will be our salat. So anyone that needs to reset the wudu should be on time. Inshallah.
سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله. أشهد أن عليًا وأولاده المعصومين حجج الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على